bags where horror lies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 132 here on Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yeah, week 132 is here, and I'm taking it all the way back to 1973 with a Paul Naschy flick. I don't think I've ever reviewed a Paul Naschy flick before. And this one right here is coming from the Shout Factory, Elvira's Movie Macabre line. Pretty cool stuff, and it is called Count Dracula's Great Love. Yes. I do believe Code Red actually put out this movie also. But yeah, I actually watched this movie in the Movie Macabre mode, which is, it's like, basically when it would go to commercial, you would have like little interludes and stuff from Elvira herself. Pretty cool stuff, actually. Really kind of an interesting way of watching a film. Never really done that before for a review, but I thought it was actually pretty interesting. There's actually a lot of footage in this film of Elvira, like, her little skits and things like that. There's like a good 15 minutes of things that are going on. Kind of cool stuff. But getting into the premise of this one, it basically starts out in, I think the year is 1870, and a group of women are traveling. They get stranded when they lose a tire on their buggy, and they get stranded in this kind of desolate area. They seek refuge inside this castle, where Paul Naschy's character, he plays a doctor / Count Dracula. He takes them in, and of course he is Count Dracula, so he does have an ulterior motive for letting him in the house. Soon after getting there, the women start disappearing one by one. He turns them and they start doing the bidding for Count Dracula and things like that. And but the thing is, he does have an ulterior motive because he's looking for a virgin. He needs the virgin's blood to bring back his daughter who's been dead for like centuries and things like that. Like a virgin, he needs virgin blood. And one of the women is a virgin, but the thing is, he starts to fall in love with her, and it kind of complicates things. And that's when things kind of get a little crazy in the film. And that's basically the synopsis of the film. And now my thoughts on this one. This is a pretty interesting film. I love the way it looks. It's got a really nice, kind of dark, gothic, atmospheric feel to the film. But the major problem with this movie, though, is the pacing. This is like god-awful slow. Like I said, the best thing about this movie, when you're watching like the first half of it, is when Elvira's skits and commercials come in and stuff. It kind of breaks up the monotony of the very slow-paced film. A lot of these Euro films from this time period are like this. They kind of struggle with pacing and just kind of mudded plots and things like that. This one's no different. It really does have a lot of that in there. The thing that's kind of cool with this film, it does have its very sleazy moments. It has like these really kind of odd like lesbian orgies and like really weird sex scenes and stuff that are in this. But the atmosphere and the setting alone is just worth the watch in itself. Pretty cool stuff. It's a Spanish film, and it's actually dubbed in English, which is it's almost irritating at times to watch because you're like, ugh, you just know those aren't the real voices, and it's awkward at times to watch. I think Paul Naschy does a great job as Count Dracula in this. I know that he never really played too many vampire roles, but I think he does do a really good job as Count Dracula in this film. But I have to say, this film kind of separates itself from like a lot of Euro trash, sleazy, vampire flicks because of the ending. This one has got a really kind of unique ending to it, which is very interesting. I've never seen too many vampire films that have like this type of love story involved where, Count Dracula really doesn't know what to do, and, the girl that he's in love with doesn't really know what to do. And there's choices to be made, and sometimes choices can kind of ruin a film or it can kind of make the film. I think in this case, it really does make the film. It's got a really unique ending. I've never seen anything like that before. And it wasn't where I was expecting it to go whatsoever, which is very cool. I mean, you can't ask for anything more in that type of, with that type of ending. So very, very cool, but not really a whole lot to report on this one. I think the acting is pretty decent in this, I guess. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's dubbed. You just really, really can't tell. The voiceovers, not the greatest. You can tell the voices like completely don't match with the actors and things like that, but yeah, it is what it is. But I really did like the gothic atmosphere of this film and the setting. The castle was fantastic, and there's some pretty cool kills. Not a whole pile of them, but the kills mixed in with the sleaziness and the tits and the lesbian orgies and things like that. It was worth the watch. But man, I tell you, the pacing, it's almost enough to put you to sleep. thank God for the Elvira interludes and things like that, because it made it worth the watch. But if I had to rate this film, I'm going to give it about a 6 out of 10. Mostly because of the ending, and the real sleazy moments and things like that. You're always going to get those Euro sleaze, trashy moments in these type of films, but it's no different. But I highly recommend it, man. Not highly recommend it, but if you come across this one for a couple bucks, which I think you can, this Macabre line, you can find these for dirt cheap. I picked this up like $2 brand new. So, but yeah, check it out. Pretty decent film. Very interesting and different type of Dracula story with the love and the end. It's just, I don't really want to give anything away, but check it out. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the review. I'll check you guys next week. Peace out.